Jordynne Grace and Ethan Page made their official debuts on NXT tonight, and they left the show with a bang. Want to find out what happened? Stay tuned and let's get right into it. The show starts off with Jordynne Grace dominating Stevie Turner. The match showed us everything we needed to know about Jordynne Grace. She is dominant, she's strong, and she can't be beaten. Roxanne Perez was on commentary, and she was whiny as ever. I don't really buy her as a heel yet, but regardless, I'm excited for the match and it's going to be really good. But I don't know how this match is going to end. You can't have Jordynne Grace lose, but you can't have Roxanne Perez lose. That was my complaint last week, and it is still a big complaint. I don't know how you're going to end this match, but hopefully they give us a satisfying ending to it, but I don't know how they're going to do it. Backstage, Ariana Grace tries to be all buddy-buddy with Jordynne Grace, but Tatum Paxley comes in and she has her eyes on the Knockout Women's Championship. If I had to make a bet, I'd say Tatum Paxley is going to challenge for the Knockouts Championship at a TNA pay-per-view. That would make a lot of sense for me, and I think that would be a big opportunity for Tatum Paxley, and it would help build this TNA NXT relationship even further. Later on in the show, Stevie Turner tried to go to Ava and say, "It's unfair that you put me against Jordynne Grace. I want another match." But Ava just ditched her. Ava just walked to the ring to go do her stuff, and Stevie Turner was left there with nothing. Callis has Wolfgang back, and they attack Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe. They go into the ring and they list all their complaints with NXT and how they've been mistreated, basically. Now, I love Callis. I complain about them, but I finally got them. I'm finally into them. They give me these Judgment Day vibes, and I love it. I think this is what Judgment Day should be on Monday Night Raw, just on a much higher level. Obafemi comes to the ring, but before he can do anyway, Wesley comes through the crowd. Now, I love both these guys. The crowd loved Wesley, his entrance is cool, he's this big babyface, I love him. And Obafemi, he on the other hand, he gives me these final boss vibes, like Roman Reigns type of vibes. I think he, like I said before, he is the top prospect in NXT right now. He's who everyone should have their eye on. He's going to be the biggest star in NXT. Even in WWE in a few years. I truly believe that. Let's start attacking Obafemi before Wesley can even speak. And Wesley tries to come to the save, but he gets attacked too, and Callis stands tall. This is by far my most hyped up match for this pay-per-view. I'm so excited to see it. These guys are going to leave it all in the ring, and it's going to be amazing. Natalya defeated Izzy Dane, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about what happened to Carmen Petrovic. Apparently, she's injured. Now, I went online, but I couldn't find any information about what happened. I know it is something with her foot. That was obvious. But this sucks. She's been on a roll. I've really gotten into her. She's done a great job, especially under Natalya. I thought this could definitely go somewhere, but now she has to be put on the shelf for now. And this sucks. A lot of NXT women have gotten injured recently. We have Cora Jade and Kira Lyons. Even Julia, who is going to debut soon, she got injured. Now, this definitely means later in the year when all of these women come back, we're going to have a stacked women's roster, especially with women like Carly Bright, who is set to debut soon, and someone like Wendy Chu, who is now coming back as a heel. The women's division is going to be stacked by the start of next year. Now, if you have followed this channel, you might realize I do talk about the women's division a lot, but that is just because the women's division is so talented right now. The men's division is also getting up there, finally, but the women's division is so deep with so many new people even coming up and instantly being entertaining. It just doesn't compare. And the most entertaining stuff right now is from the women's division. That's why the majority of the things I cover is from the women's division. If you were wondering why I covered the women's division more than the men's division. We're about to get the match between Thea Hale and Jasmine Inks, a match I was very hyped for. But before we get that, Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson say they won't be accompanying her to the ring tonight. But we got Ridge Holland who says he'll be there. Now, big credit to Shawn Michaels. I was never into Ridge Holland, but this story he has given us with Ridge Holland really got me to sympathize with Ridge Holland. I'm really enjoying what he's doing, and it has me hoping he finally gets accepted. Now, in the match, Thea Hale unfortunately loses. Jasmine Inks pushed her and the referee into the corner, distracted her, and picked up the victory. Now, I'm totally fine with this. Jasmine Inks needs this victory more than Thea Hale does. Jasmine Inks, this was her first win in NXT, which is pretty big. And Thea Hale doesn't necessarily need this win because her losing progresses the story a lot more than her winning. And I'm excited to see where the story goes. Hopefully we get something big at the pay-per-view to progress the story much, much further. Earlier in the show, we got Lash Legend and Trick Williams meeting each other outside the arena, and Trick Williams got broken up with by Lash Legend. Now, something interesting to note is that Jakara Jackson was in the background smirking about it all. So I don't know what's going on there, but I have a feeling they're teasing a metaphor breakup with Lash Legend splitting. Now, I don't necessarily want to see this, but a Lash Legend singles run would be very interesting and very deserving. She definitely has a lot of potential and she needs this. I think, while I don't want to see it happen, it is one of those things that is necessary for her to finally get to that next level. And if she ends up winning that Women's North American Championship, a feud with Jakara Jackson is right there. The Women's Summit was amazing. Every woman got a chance to shine, say their say, and I really liked it. And eventually it broke out into this big brawl. And Robert Stone, who is seemingly now an assistant to Ava, makes a 6-man tag match, the heels versus the faces. And throughout the whole night, all of these girls keep getting into each other's faces backstage, even in between the Jordynne Grace segments. I liked it. I think that was a big build-up to the main event. It was very enjoyable. Now, come main event, Lash Legend was supposed to get the victory, but Sol Ruca stole it. And this makes me think Sol Ruca isn't going to win at the pay-per-view. Because usually, the woman or man, whoever gets the pinfall before the pay-per-view doesn't win the match. My pick was Sol Ruca to win, but this is throwing me off a bit. Maybe they're doing it intentionally. But all I know is that it definitely has me thinking a bit further now. Now, before we get to the main event of the show, Ethan Page, backstage, has a few demands for his NXT contract. And then, alongside that, Trick Williams says he's going to be in the ring tonight when Ethan Page does sign that contract. Now, Ethan Page was walking to the ring, and he just looks so jacked, right? He looks like a mega star. He's going to be a champion in NXT and even in WWE in no time. Right, he has the look, he's good in the ring, he's amazing on the microphone, he's a full package, he's everything you need in a superstar. Now, his demand is that he wants an NXT championship match at Battleground. And he gets that. And for once, we have a contract signing that doesn't end up in a brawl, which is cool to see. But I think this is too early. You don't want Trick losing the NXT championship yet. His reign hasn't even really kicked off yet. There hasn't been this big feud to buy into. But it's also too early to just put it on Ethan Page. I think he still needs to solidify himself here in NXT before we can put the strap on him. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like this is a very similar situation to the Women's World Championship match, where neither woman can lose yet. Here, neither man could lose yet. And I don't think both of these matches can end in a unsatisfying ending, because that's just going to bring the show down a lot, despite how good the matches might be. I don't know what's going to happen, but regardless, I'm excited, right? You're going to have Trick Williams in a pay-per-view match again with Ethan Page. It's just a big match. I'm into it. Now, at the end of all these videos, I give the show a ranking. And for this show, I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It was a really good go-home show. Nothing new happened particularly, but in the whole grand scheme of things, it set us up nicely for the pay-per-view and I'm excited for it. Now, I'm going to have a predictions video coming out before the pay-per-view. If you're interested in seeing that, subscribe, leave the comments what you think who's going to win. Because I'm pretty sure ours is going to be different. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Come join the community. And just thank you for watching.